Today I want to share with you something that I learned from interior designers that has made a world of difference for me. I used to see well-designed gardens and not be able to determine what the difference was. I knew it wasn't because I wasn't making enough effort, because I was working really hard. I knew it wasn't because of the budget. It wasn't that I wasn't spending enough money, because I saw garden designers make fabulous gardens out of thrifted items. So I knew it wasn't the budget. When I finally discovered what it was, I felt so relieved. It has made a world of difference for me. So I'm going to show you what it is, and you're going to need one of these. This is the concept that interior designers know. Something has to be hung at the correct level for us to experience it. So here's the number I want you to remember. 57 inches. That is the eye level for most people of average height. So when you hang something on a wall in the garden or on the fence in the garden, best use of that piece will be to hang it at 57 inches at the center of the piece. That way, as you're walking by, your eye will naturally incorporate it as part of the scenery. Any higher, and it looks like it's floating. Any lower, and your natural field of vision is going to go right by it, and it won't feel like it's a part of the design. 57 inches is also the height that art gallery curators hang all of that expensive art, so that the middle of the piece, approximately 57 inches from the ground. So that's your magic number. Go around your garden and look to see what could be lowered just a couple inches for maximum height. Now, if you're sitting, that's a different story. If you're sitting next to a piece of art or a little bistro table and you've got something hung on the fence, you want the middle of that piece to be approximately eye level or a little bit higher. 57 inches will be too tall. Just remember, eye level from whatever position you're naturally going to be seeing it. So here's a perfect example. 57 inches is right here, but of course I'm limited by the height of the 6-foot fence. So it's an approximate rule, but it will make a huge difference in how things look to you from a distance. And that brings up rule number 2. Designers understand the concept that even if you hang something at the right height, if you leave it floating with nothing to ground it underneath, it still never looks complete. It doesn't give you that high-end intentional look. It just looks like you tacked something up to the wall. So, number 2 is to give your piece, whatever it is, a base. If I didn't have this big pot of Hakone Kloa grass, I could also put a garden bench here. That would give it a wonderful way to ground it. I could put a little bistro table with 2 chairs, anything that would visually tie it to the ground so that it doesn't look like it's floating. And if you're wondering why I haven't cleaned off the moss and the residue from the rain, it's because I think it might discourage any birds who might be attracted to the reflection. And concept number 3 that designers know and understand and use all the time, leaving negative space. I used to tease my sister-in-law because she could not stand an empty wall. She had wonderful pieces, but they were crowded together in every room because whenever she saw a blank spot, she went out and bought a new piece of art for that particular spot. And so even though she had wonderful pieces, you couldn't really appreciate them because there was no negative space, no room to breathe, no way to look at that piece individually. It just all ran together. The same concept applies in our gardens. Negative space is a good thing. Empty fences are a good thing because they allow what you've hung in a different place to be highlighted and to create a focal point. If you hang stuff on every single space, nothing is going to stand out. So I have my table with my collection of small potted plants. I have nothing on the wall on either side of it. And then I have my mirror and my trio of pots. And then I have nothing on the wall or on the fence all the way down to the backside of the pond. Does it always work? Are there ever exceptions? Of course. When the 57 inches rule doesn't work, you just make sure that the bottom of the piece is 6 to 10 inches from the top of the table. If you do that, 6 to 10 inches from the top of the table, it will always look in proportion. It will always look just right. Have fun trying these ideas for yourself, and I'll see you next time.